Hi, this is Bill Crespo, Master Sales Performance Trainer, here for another sales tip to take you to pro. In this short video, I will teach you the power of persuasion, one of the most important elements to your sales techniques. Let's get started. Do you behave like a nurse? So why am I asking that question? Well, if you are a doctor, like you hear the ambulance behind me, you are the person of influence, right? If you're the nurse, you're second, third, or fourth in command. So if you're going to a sales situation, either prospecting over the phone or doing a presentation, and you act like a nurse, do you really have the authority to persuade? Some of us act like the person who cleans the bedpans underneath the bed because we're not sure of ourselves. So it's very important that we become the doctor in the process and not the nurse or any orderly underneath the nurse. We have to show authority. Now, typically when we don't have that type of authority, we default to, or maybe you're not feeling confident, you default to, hey, I'm just gonna be friends. We're gonna over-rapport. I'm gonna hug you, you hug me, you like me, I like you, and I love your kids, love your dog, love your cats, and you're just over-rapporting. Remember that over-rapporting doesn't really show authority. You're just, you're just a friend. You're just a family member. You want to be the consultant, the advisor, the person that will influence them and persuade them to do something different, or to come work with you. And then all of a sudden, if you over-rapport, if you're just that friendly person and you get rejected because they're going to go with someone else who seems to have that authority, game over. Game is over. Why is the game over? Because you're not leading them. They want someone to lead them through that path, taking them up the steps. Love this picture. All right? That's what you have to do. They want to feel that you can take them by the hand and guide them to where they need to go. But if you don't have the answers, if you don't behave like a leader and someone with authority, they're not going to follow you. You want them to follow you to the steps of succeeding in working with you. You have to understand that there's a lot of psychology here. You're going to have to demonstrate your expertise. You're going to let them know you know something. That's part of the process of persuasion, right? You got to let them know you know. And if you don't do that, they're going to go with someone else because you over-rapport and you're just a friendly person. You have to demonstrate your skill. You have to demonstrate your expertise. And remember, they are the patient. They are the patient. And you are the doctor. You got to remember that, because if you don't remember that, then or behave that way, you're in trouble. It becomes a push and pull experience, and you wonder why you didn't get the deal. One of the best books I've read on this, it's kind of a research book. It's not a story book. It's called Influence, Science and Practice, written by Robert Cialdini. A lot of people have read this book, but it's a study of persuasion. He did a lot of case studies. He did a lot of research, and it's a really good book in understanding what that is. And I want to share with you today what influence is all about. And it starts with your IQ, your influence quotient. Very important that you know what your IQ is. And again, what's interesting is it has nothing to do with the intellect. It has to do with your influence. So every time you approach someone, you have a certain level of influence on them, which is the influence quotient. I think in sales, sometimes we walk into a situation, we may be a 1 or 2 out of a scale of 10. In some cases, we may be a negative 1 or 2. So we want to raise the level of influence with people.